Ultralight Adventure Equipment. They make backpacks. This is the ULA Dragonfly 30 liter. Welcome to Unpacked. I'm John. This is my first YouTube video. I couldn't think of a better backpack to kick off my channel with than the bag that got me started this entire journey. I went on a couple of trips using some store-bought backpacks that I had bought from like Target and stuff like that, and they failed on me. So I did what any normal person would do. I went to Reddit and tried to find a better solution, and shout out many baggers for pointing out this bag to me. Once I did a deep dive of this bag, I just went into the carry portal and have yet to come out. So here I am making my first YouTube video. And like I said, this is the ULA Dragonfly 30 liter. There is an updated model, but I'm gonna go over the model that I have. It's not too much different, but we'll talk about that. So let's go over the exterior. The exterior of the bag is 400 TX Ultra made by Challenge Sailcloth. It's the entire bag, front and back. And also on the front, as well as the two water bottle pockets, is Ultra Stretch, also made by Challenge Sailcloth. Now this is a pretty cool material. It's pretty weather resistant, and it's ultra stretchy. So ultra fabric that the bag is made of is really puncture resistant, abrasion resistant, and it's actually waterproof up to 200 PSI. So the material itself is waterproof, but the bag is not waterproof. It's not seam sealed or anything like that. But the bag does feature AquaGuard YKK zippers. So again, using premium components here as the zippers, YKK. If you know anything about zippers, you know YKK is the best in the business. AquaGuard, again, like I said, it does come with Duraflex buckles on the compression straps each side. I have changed them to fit locks, some of the upgrades that I have done. And I also changed out the ladder locks to austere manufacturing CNC aluminum with titanium pins, because titanium, you gotta have it. And I also opted for the upgraded sternum strap. This ULA does offer, this is not something I did, the fid lock. I just made everything else match. Continuing along the exterior, we have the worst carry handle that I've ever seen on a pack, but luckily ULA has addressed that on their newer model. So this flimsy little nylon has been upgraded to a padded handle on the new one. Also on the front, I missed was the bungee cord. This is, you like it or you don't. It's gonna give you that big time hiker vibe, but you have to remember that ULA is a hiking bag company. They make bags for through hikes. They're built to last. Again, they used Ultra and all these premium materials. This bag should outlast you in theory. So the good thing about this bungee cord is you can remove it if you don't like it. Or like me, sometimes I throw a jacket or something that doesn't fit in the inside. It's an easy place to have it hanging on the outside. I did change out the zipper pulls. ULA just includes regular paracord. I did the Go-Ruck style with the heat shrink. Let's get to the harness system. So the harness system, the straps are paper thin. When I first got the bag, I was like, what is this? Very little minimal padding. As you can see, they are very thin, but the straps are plenty wide, and that's how they compensate for being so thin. Now they did have a break-in period. They were kind of stiff right out of the gate, but after about a couple of, loading it up, a couple of trips with it, I can feel the straps really breaking in. Another thing to point out here is ULA's S-shaped straps. Now, I haven't seen another bag manufacturer do that. It could be unique to just ULA. If you know another bag that has them, point it out to me, because I've never seen this S-shaped design. I know most bag manufacturers use like a J shape. But yeah, so again, minimal padding. You do have some webbing on the front where you can attach some additional things. Your sternum strap is adjustable. On the back padding here, simple design. Just a U shape, very little foam. You do have this channel to let some air breathe through. Now I will say, this is not the most breathable back panel, but it's not bad. I did some hiking with this as a day pack in Peru, and it was okay. My back did get sweaty. I did have a sweat ring, but it wasn't to the point where like the bag was overheating me. So that's a good thing. I mean, you're out hiking, you're gonna sweat. Also on the bottom here, you have these two little loops. And that's also new for ULA, is it's for the hip belt. Now, this pack when loaded up, I found to be about 20 pounds the sweet spot. Anything more than 20 pounds, and I started to get shoulder fatigue, but I also didn't have the hip belt. So maybe in the future, I'll try the hip belt. It can take some of that pressure off of the shoulders by moving it, transferring it over to your hips. So maybe you could, ULA says not to go past 30 pounds on this pack. It's only rated up to 30 pounds, but maybe the hip belt will help with those heavier loads. So the overall dimensions of the bag are 18.5 inches long, 11 inches wide, and a depth of 7 inches. You do have one external pocket up front, and that pocket does go all the way to the bottom of the bag here. And above that, you have the quick access pocket. Now this is the best pocket I've seen on the bag, the quick access pocket. It's so roomy, so much room for activities in here. You can fit a whole loaded Cap 1 right inside. I've done it. Great pocket, but of course, it does take away from the internal capacity, but I like it. I would like to see more bags with that, giving you, again, plenty of room for activities. On the opposite side of the quick access pocket, you have the laptop compartment. Very, very, very minimal. Now, it is suspended off the bottom, so it's not going to slam to the bottom, but with minimum padding on the front, minimum padding on the back, I would still be cautious about, slamming down your pack with the laptop in there. There is a very thin frame sheet that ULA includes just to give the back a little bit more structure, more rigidity, but the Ultra material itself, actually this bag is fully unpacked, fully unloaded, and it can stand up on its own. Because of that Ultra material has rigidness, you have the addition of the very thin frame sheet, which you can remove if that's not your cup of tea. But I mean, a bag that stands on its own is a great thing in my opinion. So ULA lists the backpack at 1.69 pounds on their website. Again, I did some modifications and mine came out to about 2.57 pounds when I weighed it, which is still very, very light compared to some other bags. Like I have a Alpha 19er Evade 1.5, and that bag is almost 4 pounds straight from the factory, no modification. So this is still gonna be a very, very, very light pack. Let's get into the inside a little bit. So the inside, you have a full clamshell opening, and look at that. The big bucket, this is where the magic happens right here. Now, ULA is using number 8 YKK zippers. I would have liked to see some number 10s. Now, call it nitpicking, but your CTB 26, a bunch of other brands, your GoRuck, some of the clamshell ones have number 10 zippers, and I can tell you, when you're rolling a 10 versus the 8 for the main compartment, there's a difference. So maybe that's something in the future. Again, ULA is a small company out of Logan, Utah, and they listen to customers' feedback, and they've implemented many changes over the years. This pack has been available in all sorts of materials as ULA continues to grow the pack. As you noticed when we did the outside, there was 0 branding. Again, that was customer feedback because they used to have a big logo plastered up on the front, but through the years of evolving this pack, that's disappeared. But anyway, back to the inside. ULA included some internal compression straps to help you cinch down the load, kind of like old school luggage. And you can see here's that internal pocket for the quick access. On the flap, you've got 2 pockets. They're not very deep, so you're not gonna put a lot of stuff in here, but you can fit some stuff in here. I myself don't find these pockets very, very useful because when this thing's loaded out, it puts a lot of pressure here and here, so you kind of have to be careful how you load the pack, but you have the option. Again, everywhere else, they're using number 5 zippers. I'm okay with those. Like I said, I would like to see 10s on the clamshell, but it's still a great pack. And that's all that's really happening on the inside. And sorry for the noise of all the buckles dragging. It's the aluminum buckles here dragging on the table. But this pack has gained very, very cult-like following from, you know, travelers who are looking to reduce, you know, their overall bags that they're bringing, minimal travel, one bag travel. As airlines start to increase their charges for bringing carry-ons or even check luggage, people leaning towards this style of travel has become more and more popular over the years. I know that I myself have been refining my packing and my skills down, and I myself try to do like a 1.5 bag travel. I carry this in a sling. So I'm gonna pack this bag out for a 4-day trip, how I pack it, just to kind of show you how this bag, you know, really exceeds with it just being a big bucket on the inside. So let's go ahead and open up the clamshell. So again, I'm gonna pack it how I would pack it for a 4-day trip. Your mileage might vary. You might use cubes. I use packing cubes, you may not. I am not gonna use the internal straps because again, I use pouches and cubes and stuff like that. So I have my own organization and everything's pretty, I've got this packing down pretty good. So for 4 days, I use the Thule compression packing cubes. Now I know the Peak Designs, your Evergoods, TCP 8s, those are like the industry standards, but I got a future video coming on these. I really enjoy these. I think these are top-notch quality. Again, enough about that, but in here I got 4 shirts and 2 pairs of pants. That's normally what I would take for 4 days. And then that was the medium. In the small packing cube, I have enough socks and underwear for 4 days, so 4 of each. So that's gonna go right on top. And then my favorite toiletry bag, especially for this kind of travel, is the Gravel Explorer Slim. I got a video coming on this. Can't explain how much I love this thing. Anyway, future video. We'll pack that right in there. And then possibly the greatest tech case of all time, my opinion, is the Evergoods Cat 2. I got that thing fully loaded. Chargers, cables, SD cards, everything I need to travel to keep all my tech charged. And that's going to go right up top and it fits beautifully right there. As you can see, that is fit as a fiddle. I also like to carry a little first aid kit. In here I just got like Neosporin, Band-Aids, aspirin, Tums, because as you get older, my stomach's a mess, but got one of those in there. So I carry this everywhere, literally everywhere, because Tums, aspirin, ibuprofen, getting old sucks. So that fits perfect, as you can see, right up top. It's kind of almost like that was made for this pouch. But that's pretty much it for the main compartment here. I got everything loaded, got my med kit. We're gonna go ahead and zip this up. And you can see it's not super packed where I'm fighting the zippers. And I got 4 days worth of stuff in here. I mean, I still got room. I could have put like a light jacket. I could have put some other stuff up in there. So the front pocket, you can see I do have some gussets. So that allows this to come out a little bit. But when this pack is fully packed out, it can get a little tight in there. If you've ever used a GoRuck GR1 or any GoRuck with the slant pocket, you know that front pocket can be tight. So I try to keep the stuff in here very minimum. I mean, you can put your iPad, you can put stuff like that. That'll probably be fine, iPad mini. Me, I like to keep it simple. I'll just put Cliff Bar, snack, some liquid IVs. That'll go right up front. No problem. That's pretty much all I keep in there. And the quick access pocket. I'm gonna put all the stuff that I normally keep in the quick access pocket. So in here, you have the world's tiniest key leash, ULA. Seriously, come on. What is this? It's like an inch. I mean, yes, they gave me the cool carabiner branded, but I mean, just a couple of more inches of nylon would have been sweet, but I digress. This is an included key leash and the carabiner comes with it. So I'll go ahead and lock in my keys there. Those are safe and sound. I'm traveling, so I'll bring my passport. Gotta have the sunglasses when you're traveling. Don't go nowhere without the AirPods. And my alpaca wallet that I carry daily right up top. And if I'm going through security, I can easily throw in my cell phone is there, no problem. On the back laptop compartment, Like I said, I normally don't travel with the laptop, but what I do travel with is an iPad. iPad will fit in there, no problem. So ULA says that this iPad compartment can actually hold up to a 15-inch MacBook Pro, I'm sorry, up to a 15-inch MacBook Pro. I only have a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and I can confirm that that fits real easy, but again, I don't normally travel with it, so I normally take the iPad there. So this pack is so packed out that the iPad's actually floating in here. It's actually not even resting down at the false bottom, which is, well, added protection. Besides the quick access pocket, this is my most favorite thing about this pack. Water bottle pockets. If you haven't noticed, they are deep, they are wide, and they can accommodate pretty much any bottle that you can throw at it. This pack's gonna be able to hold. So here I have a 32-ounce Mir Carryology collaboration bottle. This is the newest one, super cool. Again, 32 ounces is almost what, like a liter? That's gonna go right in there, swallowed right up, no problem. Plenty of room for hydration, and you got the same thing on the other side. You can put an umbrella, you can put a raincoat. I might want to shoot some content now that I'm a content creator. Joby GorillaPod. Put that right in there, and then you can even use the little compression straps to secure it, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So that's how I would pack out this bag for 4 days. Throw it on, and easy adjusting. Get it set right, and yeah, so there it is. A ULA Dragonfly, 4 days. Now, the sternum strap does come included, so that's gonna help you with heavier loads. What doesn't come included, and one of my nitpicks with the bag, is load lifters. Now, you could go back and forth and say, you know, does this bag, it's only rated 30 liters, do you really need load lifters? So for me, the bag, see this gap, the bag wants to pull away. And I feel if I had load lifters right here to bring that pack right there, that feels like home right there. And unfortunately, ULA doesn't have their custom shop open right now, but if they did, that would be something I would do a customization, is have the load lifters attached. I think the combination of the load lifters and the hip belt, you could really push that 30-pound weight limit that ULA set, and to have a comfortable like pack, you know. Again, high and tight is the best I can do. I have worn this pack, I said I traveled with it, I did some hiking with it in Peru. A very difficult hike, that's a story for another day, but it performed quite well. I did have a sweaty back, like I said, but by far not the worst breathable back panel that I've ever had. And the great thing about this backpack, and why I wanted to do a video on this one first, is that it can do all these things and it still will fit as a personal item on most airlines. So you can still, you know, those budget airlines like Frontier and Spirit, who charge you to bring a carry-on, I can fly on those airlines for 4 days and not have to pay the $45 each way just to bring a carry-on. So this thing will fit under a seat, it will fit, it's confirmed, it will fit. You may have to take out your water bottle, but it will fit in the sizer of Frontier, Spirit, and other budget airlines. And if you're flying domestically like American, Delta, or anything like that, this definitely will pass the test here. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you, first and foremost, for staying this long and watching the video. I really appreciate your support. If you want, you can hit subscribe and give me a thumbs up on the video. Stick around, I'm planning on making some more. I've also started an Instagram page, so follow me over there where I'll post different content, not the exact same content. I'm not gonna recycle stuff, but I'll give you a different look of the bags that I'm talking about. I look forward to making more videos, and again, at this point, we should discuss, before I sign off on this video, is this bag worth the $269 price tag that ULA asked? Now, price and worth is subjective to everybody's budget. What may be worth something to you may not be worth to me, and vice versa. I believe that for the price of this pack, it is 100% worth it. They're using all the premium materials. I mean, this is, pretty close to bulletproof material. You have YKK zippers, Duraflex hardware. You're using all the top materials in addition to still being made in the USA. I think this pack is a home run. There are some little things that I would like to change. I'm not gonna get into that too much because ULA updated the pack, and maybe in a future video I'll do a comparison. Like I said, I did notate about the handle, but that's already been corrected. And there's a number of other things that ULA changed that really, I'm gonna sell this pack and I wanna get the new 2024, just like a new car, right? A new model every year. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this video, and I hope to see you again on the next one. And as always, I wanna hear your thoughts down in the comments. I want this to be a conversation. Do you like this pack? Is it too much of an outdoor looking pack? You own it? What do you like? What don't you like? I can't wait to hear how you get out there and use your gear.